One of the last commercials that we shot for my business, before I exited my business, they came to my shop. The marketing team came to my shop, set up a camera. I actually had a teleprompter because I used it on shooting some other videos. So I used that and put my script, on my phone so I could read it from the teleprompter. And we literally took it in one take. Like I got in front of the camera, started my phone, boom, went, delivered my lines for the commercial that we were shooting, and we were done, like 10 minutes. I know they were blown away. I was kind of surprised that it went that fast, but because I've been on camera so much, just doing YouTube videos and stuff, it just wasn't that big a deal. I normally don't have an audience when I'm doing YouTube videos, but in this particular situation, I had like 3 people, but it was for my business and it was go time. So where does that come from? It's not just that I did okay and I did it in one take on the camera. It's just that there was a time. I just remember back when there was a time when I was really nervous to get on camera of any kind, nervous to shoot YouTube videos, nervous to post my videos. There was a time where when we started the HVAC Millionaire coaching program, where we do weekly calls, where I was just nervous to get on there and do some training on a Zoom call live, because I'm not used to doing live. I haven't done that many lives. I still, to this day, I haven't done many lives like on Facebook or on YouTube. But eventually, I know that if I do that, if that's what I want to do, and I just make myself do it, then eventually I know that I'll get used to it. And that's typically what happens when it comes to just, having some courage to do something. But using that courage when you're scared, feeling the fear and doing it anyway, no matter what it is, whether you're in sales, in your business, or you own the business and you're a leader, or you're a manager, or you're a comfort consultant, or an installer, or a service technician. When it comes to gaining more confidence and courage to have those conversations with either people on your team or with the customer sitting at the kitchen table, it's something that after so many times and the repetition, Tony Robbins always says repetition is the mother of skill. And so with every repetition that you do, it gets easier and easier and easier. And I feel like there's a ton of people in our industry who lack confidence. Just lack confidence, just flat out right. Like they lack the confidence to make a decision. They lack the confidence to ask those customers, a tough question that's going to hopefully lead to a sale. They lack the confidence to have that difficult conversation with one of their coworkers or somebody that works for them because they're just scared to do it. Well, when you know that you're scared to do something and you know it has to be done, you have to feel the fear and do it anyways. And each time you do that, each time it gets easier and easier and easier. Now, I'm not saying that having a difficult conversation with an employee is ever easy. I would never call it easy, no matter how many conversations you have. When it's an uncomfortable conversation, when there's disciplinary things happening or being involved with the conversation. But it does get a lot easier. When you have to let somebody go, it gets a lot easier. The more of these conversations you have, it gets easier, because repetition is the mother of skill. The more you do it, the easier it gets, the better you get, and it's just not a big deal anymore. And so when we did this commercial and I just nailed it the first try, it's not because I had practiced or anything. I hadn't practiced at all. I had barely read the script, just to approve it. And then we set it up in the camera and went and go. It was go time and we got it done. So back to confidence and courage when it comes to making a decision for your business. We are doing this HVAC Accelerator Challenge this next week. And I think there's a lot of people who just don't have the confidence to go ahead and schedule a little bit of time out of their day each and every day because they have a bunch of calls to run. They have installs to do. They've got the phone they've got to answer, whatever, depending on how far along they are in their business. If they're still doing it by themselves, or if they just have a small team and they just cannot make the time. Well, making the time in your business, it takes confidence and it takes courage. And I always say courage is the catalyst to change. If you want to change what's happening in your business, in your life, in your results that you're currently getting, then you're going to have to display some courage. You have to do something that's a little bit uncomfortable. You might have to schedule some time for you to work on that price book, or schedule some time to work on that task list for your CRM program, or schedule some time to write a process so that you can start documenting some things in your business, and you can start using that as a training tool and a way to produce consistency in the service that you do provide to your customers. So that way, you've had good sales calls and bad sales calls. You've had good service calls and bad service calls. Well, what went right on the good ones? Making sure to document that and using that the next time so that you can quite possibly create more consistent results. But it all starts with training. You've got to learn how to be a business owner, and that's what we're going to teach you in the 5-day challenge starting next week. So I hope you'll join. I'll put the link in the description, and I hope to see you there, because we want to show you how to make life easier, better, how to make the business start, how to get out of your own way so that the business can start evolving, and so you can evolve as a person, because it all starts with you. At the end of the day, you're responsible. And we always think that it's just us. We think that, oh, well, if I can change, well, then, yeah, I might get better. But what does that do? Here's what it does is there's a trickle-down effect. Everybody that's within your circle of influence gets the benefit of you increasing your knowledge and your skill set. So it's not just about you. It's about everybody else that's surrounding you. It's about the future team members who come on board on your company. If you're in a position where you're like, I really want to hire somebody before next summer, well, then you've got to become a person who is a leader in your company. You've got to be a person who's business oriented, who thinks about the business, not just about service calls and installs and sales calls. I mean, those are all very important. I mean, we have to go sell our services in order to have a business. But at the same time, we've got to uplevel our skill set, our way of thinking, our leadership skills and ability. And we cover a lot of that on the HVAC Accelerator Challenge. So I hope to see you in there next week. It begins on Monday. Hope you have a great weekend. I'm going to post a few more videos before the end of the weekend. So we'll see you. Links in the description. Go make money. Boom.